find IT jobs in regional Victoria? Where do you look for them?
Yeah, look, two bits of advice I provide. One is through the normal channels, the Seek, etc. But you also know that companies themselves have websites that would have their own careers pages. So IBM, I mentioned before, is a huge provider here in town. The IBM website will find your careers page. So I think a combination of both the employment services, but also the websites of individual organisations that you know exist in the region. Ballarat Health Services, they run 72 individual businesses in our town. They employ 6,500 people. They've got a massive human resources department. Any job you want to find in health services, you'll find on the Ballarat Health Services website. So I think that's the advice, is to not just rely on the employment services component, but actually go to those companies that you know have a presence in the region that's looking for.
Yeah, and I'd add to that in order to access what we call the hidden job market, the way to do that is to do things a little bit differently. Don't just go for the Seek and Indeeds and those. Get on LinkedIn, start connecting with people and attending webinars like you're attending today, but in industry is really important. Your goal is to connect with the three most significant people in every single webinar. Like, all of you should be sending connection notices to these three wonderful gentlemen who've given up their time today, but you must send a note. Really important. Do not just hit connect, because if you don't send a note, we're all going to think that you're just trying to sell us stuff on the internet. Just tell us where you've met us, a quick thank you for what we've done. It would be rude of us not to accept that. Also, meetup.com is a fantastic place to look for meetups for you to attend face-to-face. And I would encourage you all to get out into regional Victoria and go face-to-face, but also webinars. And industry bodies are massive. And I think that Chris put up an industry body link before. Look for the industry bodies, and not just your industry, other industries. Remember that the agriculture industry needs IT people, they need engineers, they need finance people, they need everyone. So don't just think you've got to look for meetups and so forth in your industry. Look into other industries that also need your services.